You're sure to find happiness, and I guess all the daba ba da you see you looking swell, baby. Diamond bracelets, Woolworths couldn't sell, baby. It's a lucky day, you know darn well, my baby. I can't give you anything but love.
So should we have a look at some of these Buffy ballads?
Teach
me a Buffy. Oh wow, Meg at the Mall.
Oh, it's a lovely song. That means Margaret at the mill.
Oh, is it? Right, okay.
Meg at the Mall.
Meg at the Mall. So Mull is mill.
Mill.
Oh, okay.
And
And
just a Scottish way.
And Meg is Margaret. I'm not. This is going to be too.
The gamma but lassie to bide with the muller. A bra lass was she we get Buckley Suller. The lads of the country aside to come to her. A curtain Meg at the Mall. Now Meggie was handsome and Meggie was sweet, as full of fun as an egg's full of meat. And to keep all the lads between the lach and the greet was the motto o' Meg at the Mall. There was McThummel the tailor, as brisk as a bee, going down to the Mall with a tear in his ee. He swore by the Mounties if Maggie could see, she wouldn't bide long at the Mall. So when he got down there he started to woo. He called her Daddy and he called her he'd do. And force he'd prevent him, he'd sprint her sweet moo that night right down at the Mall. There was the most awful confusion that I've ever seen, and Maggie collapsed with a thud on the green, and poor lassie was bedded up all on her own on her wedding night at the Mail Mall. So are you young lassies that hate in her twa, if you get a good offer, dinna cast it awa. For dog it for me lads, you'll reap as you sow. Learn that off a Meg at the Mall. That's from my granddad.
Right. So sorry, you were
who was the head gardener at Glam's Castle.
And he wrote them down, did he?
Because that was in the evening after the husbands had had their meal, usually met in a room in the house and sat together. Often they would have an accordion or something, and they would sit and sing and play Gothic ballads. That was their evening entertainment after the day was finished, singing their Gothic ballads.
So your granddad taught them to you?
Yes. Well, I got him to write them down for me. And I think he was quite tickled that I was a young laddie being so interested in these old mannish music. But I was thrilled to be able to get it.
Yeah. So you got them. You were saying you got them all in a big envelope or something. Is that right?
No, he had a probably that's yeah. He made this. He had a writing book, and he got, and then when he got all finished, he had it and handed it over. That's it now. All the songs that I would ever need.
Wow. And have you passed them on to anybody?
No, they're mine.
Yes, you're passing them on to me. So you need to get some new screws, yes. I believe. They're going rusty.
Yeah. Yeah, that could do with being glued a bit further as well. My old man's a dustman, he wears a dustman's hat. He wears gold brommy trousers and he lives in a council flat. He looks a proper nana in his great big high heel boots. He has such up to pull them up that he calls them his daisy roots. Boom, 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 boom. Some folks give tips at Christmas and some of them forget. So when my old man goes round there, he spills some on their step. One day one man got nasty and to the council wrote, next time my old man went round there, he punched him up the throat.
Nice.
Yes, yeah, very gentle song.
What is it that you think attracts you to the harmonica?
Well, I suppose the fact that I've always been fond of music and I like singing, and that's the simplest way you can do it without having to pay for lessons to learn the scales and things like that, because you pick up the tune yourself, because you're interested in music and you know what the thing, the next note should be and how it should sound. And so I think that builds up in your own personality, so it's a good thing. Although it's not classical music, it's got something inside you that's personal and full of fun. And I mean, it's lovely when you realise that your children are dead keen on music, and maybe when they come home from a school and you hear them in the kitchen singing a song that maybe you don't know at all, but otherwise sometimes I remember when I sang that song, and it gives you happy thoughts about how they're growing up and taking in the things that you did.
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah. No, well, it's funny because I mean, Molly, my eldest daughter, she's been singing some of the Lonnie Donegan. Because I played it to her. And
Did she like it?
She thought it was hilarious. Yeah, she's my old man's a dustbin. She just thinks it's hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah. And my mum, so when she comes up, she lives in Colchester, but when she comes up to visit, we go to the the little children's groups and stuff. And it always amazes her how so many of the same songs are sung. So, Bar Bar Black Sheep and Incy Wincy Spider and Ali Bally, Ali Bally, sitting on your mummy's knee, greeting for a wee Barbie to buy some pumpkin pansy. All of these, which must have been going on for like 100 odd years, probably. They just get passed down and passed down.
And it's part of a person growing up, getting music. Yeah. It's not just a set of, but inside them, they've got it there, as well as the head. Yeah. It's in their hearts as well.
Yeah, and I think you carry that all through your life, don't you? Yeah. And I do find that interesting when, working with people who say have Alzheimer's or their memory is changing, but often people can still hold on to songs, always have the songs.
Despite having
finding
a medical problem, but you still... And I think the one helps the other. The fact if you keep, as a singer, then... The Alzheimer's is broken down and it's still there and it's still a problem. But you feel you're overcoming it by the sheer effort of just being able to come and get people smiling and joining you in a song that they know.
And I guess remembering in yourself that you can remember, because I guess Alzheimer's, a lot of it is around loss, isn't it? Things that you can't remember. So being reminded that actually you can remember these songs. And I imagine if we had a group of other people here who had Alzheimer's, they would all remember Ali Bally. It's
something that parents sang with them. Parents and took out.
It's very, very powerful. And that's why it's so lovely dancing with you as well, because I remember you saying, it's not in my brain, but it's in your body, and you will always
know how to
have that.
do ballroom dancing, and to enjoy it and not feeling embarrassed that you're going to make a silly message, because that through your life you've learned to become quite a good dancer, And girls who see you coming are go, oh, here's Brian coming for me tonight. You know, gives you a lift. That's the. I think that's the solo what to do. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And you can turn all over the room, but just going through this.
Behind him.
Teach me, I don't know.
So going up and down the
Nobody ever taught me, but you just went and watched and then copied, and you began to see which lads were obviously very good at knew what they were doing. And it didn't take long to just fit into it. And they always had a little label, and then the band would say, "Right, take your partners for a modern waltz." And all the boys would go across it. May I have this? And it was the politeness that you learned, things like that. May I have this dance? Certainly. And then when the dance was near the end, they said, can I walk you home tonight? Have you tried my knees are much good for doing the paddy bar?
Right, take my shoes off.
Bouncing up and down, but my knees, my football knees. I'm a cat, I'm a Glasgow cat, and my name is Sam the Skull. I got claws in my paws like crocodile jaws, and I heed like a farmer's ball. I'm no the kind of cat that'll sit on the mat, or the kind that'll give you a hug. But I'm the kind of cat that'll swallow you a rat, or even the occasional dog. I have to look fierce.
Really a bit tricky for you, I imagine.